Alright, welcome back. This video is going to be covering how to actually perform the edits on there, how this software works. So let's start up here. Here's your media, the clips that you have. Some of these are stills, and some of these are videos. So if you click play, you'll see here's a video of my nephew on a whale watching trip. The footage is in slow motion. This is about a minute long. And then still images like this one or this one, which you can see they're not going to play. So this is where your media is stored. This window here is where you preview it. This is your timeline. This is where you're actually going to be putting your clips. Up here, you have what we have: backgrounds, solids, overlays, and frames. Overlays and frames you're not going to be using for this project, so do not worry about them. Solids, all that a solid is a white background, a red background, an orange background, some kind of background. You can use that if you want. There's some that are also moving, so you could have a background like this. This would be a background that you put footage over. Again, I would not recommend using these backgrounds. If you want to use a solid background, that's okay. Over here, you've got your transitions, your crossfades, some of your wipes. You can start to see what those look like. I'm going to get into those in a minute. Right now, do not worry about music. We will touch on music when we talk about audio. And lastly, you have text, which you will be using. So if you click back to here, you're going to see your media. Now to get your media onto the timeline, all you do is click on what you want and drag it down. Okay, once it's dragged down, you can scrub through it. You can move your spot here and adjust it to however long you want. So I can make it really, really long. Or I can make it really, really short. Okay, I have the option of that. The other thing I can do is drag this, and then if I hit the scissors, now I have two separate clips, even though it's the same thing. So I could cut from one back into the other. To delete a clip, you just hit delete or backspace. You can also click on it. Sorry, that is something else. Yeah, you just hit delete to delete it. Click on it, delete. You'll notice you have two lines of video here. There's one here, this is video 1, and there's one here. What that allows you to do is stack video on top of each other. For right now, for this project, I don't want you to use more than one line of video, and you're not going to be using any audio. So let me show you. Let's say I want to add this clip. I've got a nice clip of my nephew on a boat, but it's way too long. It's way too long. So let's say I want this to be exactly 7 seconds like it is there. What I will do is hit that, drag this over, hit delete. Now I have a 7-second clip. If I want to create a cut, I want it to cut to another clip. I will drag that clip down. I can look back at this. Now I've created a cut. This one also happens to have audio. Again, I'm not too worried about the audio. Now I have my clip. I can cut that wherever I want. This time, let's say, instead of cutting it, I want to drag it back. Boom. Now, in the parameters of this, I want this whole project to be 1:53 seconds, so I can see how long everything is here. That tells me that right now I have 12 seconds and 5 frames. This is your second. This is your minute. Okay, so 1 minute, 53 seconds would be 1 minute here, 53 seconds here, and some number here. Okay, So that's how I do cuts. Put my clip in. Boom, it's a cut instantaneously. Let's say I want to add a dissolve. For some reason I want to dissolve to this x-ray of a knee. A couple different ways I can do it. The easiest way is to go up to Transitions. Hit Crossfade. Bring that in. Now we're going to watch and you'll see this crossfade into the image. Now I'm at 17 seconds. And let's say I want this to start off with a nice fade. I want this to fade in at the very beginning. So I'm going to start from back, fade in. And I've got my cut. And my cross dissolve. Okay, I'm going to go back to my clips. Let's say I want to go from that lovely bone. And I want to cut to a rainbow for no good reason. Cut to these little guys for no good reason, and then cut back to the rainbow as if these guys are looking at that rainbow. And I'm going to show you guys another trick too. If I open this up, I can change the scale and position. So that means I can fill the frame with these. So all I did was double click on it. You can adjust other things, but for right now, just know that you can adjust that and then move it around. So I can hit done editing. Let's do that with this one as well. So if I double click on it, go to scale, move it down. That looks a little bit better. Alright, so now let's see my series of cuts. Oh, sorry, what I did was actually animated it. So what I want to do is have it end at the same size. So something like that. Alright, so now I've done my cuts. I have my cut back and forth. Okay. Now let's say I want to add a series of wipes. This is my dog fin. It's featured prominently. Let's get all our fin shots in. Shortening them up just a little bit. And let's say I want to wipe from one fin to another fin to another fin. Let's do a directional wipe first. So we'll go there. Let's do a wipe up next. And let's add one more clip. We'll get the other fin from Star Wars. Go back to our wipes, or our transitions rather, and let's go with something really crazy. 3D tile horizontal. Okay, so now I've added a bunch of wipes. Wiped, wiped, and wiped. Not my favorite, but it worked. And I'm up to 38 seconds. Now there's one other thing that I want you guys to be able to do, which is being able to add text. Now there's a bunch of different ways that you can add text, or different types of text. So if I bring the text down now, here's a little secret with this thing. Any clip I bring down to the beginning is going to push the rest of the clips over. You can either trim to fit or insert and push. So I insert it, and then to type, I go and click, just adjust what I'm typing, Mr. Abbott's movie. Done editing, and there we go. So this is going to cut to black and then fade in. Now we've got my nephew on the boat. We've got coins rolling. We've got the knee, the rainbow, our little guys here, the rainbow, Mr. Finn, and some wipes. Wipe, 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 and that's it. So I'm at 46 seconds. I need to add about another minute of footage. What I want you to do is really just have fun with this. You're going to use this to play around with it, see what you can figure out on your own. When it's time to finish, when you actually want to export it so you can share it with me, you will go over to Finish. You will select a title for it. In this case, Module 1, Task 2, Assessment. You'll set it up. You'll go to 720. You can upload it to YouTube. It will ask you for access to your account, so give it that access. And then you will hit Finish, and it will start to export your video. Okay? That is it. So what you want to do is go have some fun, make some projects, do something interesting. There does not have to be a story with this. But that's it. That's WeVideo. Again, if you're still a little unsure, you can always look for tutorials. If you click on the question mark and go to this tutorial, it will help you do something similar, creating a similar video. I would recommend this for additional practice, but you do need to export that other video for me to see, partially that you are using and able to import through Google Drive. That's it. Good luck.